Hey Falcon fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into a Monday news and rumor video. Here we jump into the latest Falcons conversation that's going on in terms of the National Football League and also here in Atlanta. And we begin with Calvin Ridley. Now, we've talked about Calvin Ridley a lot and how Atlanta is most likely going to go ahead and trade him. And I've talked about what they could get in return. In my opinion, a second-round draft pick, a third-round draft pick. And yet here we are today on a Monday with ESPN's Jeremy Fowler talking about a robust market for Calvin Ridley if he's going to be traded when the new league year starts around March 16th, just a couple of months away. He also talked about how Ridley could be actually worth a first-round draft pick, which is the emphasis here. A first-round draft pick, giving Atlanta, assumingly, 2 first-round draft picks and 2 second-round draft picks in 2022's April NFL Draft, which would be absolutely incredible. Now, as I mentioned, Atlanta cannot trade Calvin Ridley until the new league year in March. It's like March 16th, I think, is the official day. Don't quote me on that. You can Google it, but it's still a couple of months away before they can actually make an official deal happen. Now, here was ESPN's NFL reporter, Jeremy Fowler, a very well-trusted guy, with a quote, throw it up on the screen, quote, "The market would be robust. One league exec says a conditional second-round pick, which would turn into a first-rounder based on playing time, seems like a sweet spot for Ridley," end quote. That honestly makes a ton of sense, right? You get a second-round draft pick in 2023. That could be a first if Ridley plays enough or, you get enough overall production out of him. Now, teams that could be in on Calvin Ridley, these were hinted by Jeremy Fowler, and also you kind of use your mind looking at teams that need a wide receiver. To me, there are 5, right? Philadelphia is one we talked about here a lot as the Eagle connection there with Jalen Hurts and the Alabama and Devontae Smith. In fact, Philadelphia needs a wide receiver. The Jets, Patriots, and Dolphins are all thrown in there as well. All the AFC teams in the same division. The Jets need a wide receiver to go ahead and help out Zach Wilson. The Patriots for sure need weapons to go ahead and help out Mac Jones. And the Dolphins, they really don't have a good receiver right now. You look at the Dolphins roster, and they would definitely improve by going ahead and giving Tua Ridley, again, the Alabama connection there as well. Throw in the Jacksonville Jaguars, have a ton of cap space, obviously high draft picks that can trade out of number 1 overall, get multiple draft picks there, and so those are the top 5 teams, in my opinion, that are going to be in a bidding war for Calvin Ridley. Emphasis there on bidding war, right? A bidding war is the best shot for a first-round draft pick. If the market is robust, as Jeremy Fowler suggests, then essentially teams are going to bid against each other in order to give the Falcons the best ammo or the best return for Calvin Ridley. You could have a scenario where Philadelphia says, hey, we'll give you a third, and then the Patriots say, hey, we'll give you a second, and then, of course, the Falcons call the Philadelphia and say, well, the Patriots are going to give us a second. Can you do better? And then the bidding war ensues. That's your best shot at going ahead and getting a first-round draft pick. Will they end up getting one? I don't think they're going to get one straight up. I think that the conditional second-round draft pick makes a ton more sense. So where you give him a second, you say if he plays, 75% of the snaps, or he has over 500 yards, or he has over 4 touchdowns, or whatever the number is, like the Carson Wentz deal that the Eagles did just a couple of, or last offseason, where Wentz had to play 77% of the snaps to give Philadelphia a first-round draft pick. The Falcons could be in a very similar situation with Calvin Ridley. I think a deal for sure gets done, and if the market is as robust as Fowler says, the return might be a lot better than I originally thought and other Falcon fans thought as well. Will the Falcons get a first-round pick for Calvin Ridley? Let me know down below. I think the chances are pretty good. If you think they will, type Y down below for yes. I think they will not, type N down below for no. All right, before we go and get into the Julio Jones trade, which we haven't talked about in a while, and then the pick was officially finalized here, as we'll talk about and show you exactly where we were picking with that trade. Shout out to our friends at BetUS. Did you bet on the divisional round games this weekend? If you did, you probably had a lot of fun watching those games. They were fun in general. But if you want to get in the sports betting landscape, do it with our friends at BetUS. Chatsports.com/BetFalcon. That promo code is Falcons125. Gets you a 125% deposit bonus whenever you first sign up. Meaning you can bet on not only the NFL divisional games, but bet on all the other sports that are starting right now. Australian Open is happening right now. Golf is starting back up. The Farmers Insurance Open this coming weekend. You have the Hawks that are playing a little bit better. They've won, 4 in a row, 5 in a row. Like, they're playing much, much better basketball. All of this can be bet on and more. Do it with our friends at BetUS, my go-to betting website. Chatsports.com/BetFalcon. That promo code Falcons125. All right, I mentioned Julio Jones. Here's the deal. So, of course, with Tennessee's loss to the Bengals, that terrible offensive performance by Ryan Tannehill, their pick has officially been solidified in the NFL draft, meaning the second-round draft pick that the Falcons got via Tennessee for Julio Jones has officially become official, as they say. We know exactly where it is. 58 overall. There you go. There's your number. 58 overall is where the Falcons will be picking their second pick in the second round. And let me just say, the Falcons absolutely won the Julio Jones trade. If it didn't become clear this season when Julio Jones, we'll see his numbers in a second, weren't that great, it became very clear overall in this weekend in the playoff game because Jones essentially did nothing yet again. Before we get into that, first, here are your first 4 draft picks officially, right? 8 overall. You'll have 40 overall. That, of course, is the 8th overall pick in the second round. 58 overall via the Titans, and then your own third-round draft pick, 72 overall. And, of course, as we had mentioned a little bit earlier, if you get an extra first round for Calvin Ridley, that's 5 picks in the first 3 rounds, 4 picks in the first 2. Just saying. It's pretty crazy what the Falcons are looking at here going forward. Now, again, just to quickly hit on this, and I don't want to rip on Julio Jones too much because he did a lot of great things in Atlanta, but he's washed up. He is. Look at these numbers. 10 games, so he was injured again. 31 catches, less than 500 yards, 1 touchdown, and he caught in week 18. That's it. One touchdown in week 18. Oh, man, you just feel bad for him because he used to be one of the great receivers, but you give props to Atlanta for getting that trade done this offseason because had you waited another year, his trade value, what eventually became a second-round draft pick, would have been way, way, way worse. Drop a like if you guys agree. The Falcons won the Julio Jones trade. They absolutely dominated the Julio Jones trade. Give this video a thumbs up down below if you agree. And while you're at it, make sure you guys are subscribed. We approach 5K subs here on the channel. We are going to give you guys the best offseason coverage for your Falcons out of anywhere. You turn on ESPN the next couple of months, they won't even mention Atlanta, right? Because they have all these other teams to talk about. Here on YouTube, we're going to be the best, and I'm guaranteeing that here. A short 10-minute concise video with the latest Falcons news and rumors that you need. We do it here on the channel. If you like it, go down below and hit that red subscribe button. Also, turn on the notification bell. The official opponents have been set for the Atlanta Falcons, and I wanted to run through those for you guys here very, very quickly because 2022, of course, is here. It is 2022, but the season's going to be here, before you know it, it's January. Just wait till September, and you're going to kick off another season. Now, who will Atlanta be playing? The opponents have officially been set. That, of course, ends whenever the teams all finish up their games because you got to play, where you are ranked in the division. So we'll go through the opponents here on your screen, starting with the home opponents, okay? Cardinals, 49ers, Browns are your first 3. Now, you're not going to, I'm not saying it's in that order, but the first three that we're going to look at, all very good football teams. 2 of those are playoff teams. One of those was a fringe playoff team in Cleveland. That's not a good start. Other home opponents with the Steelers, Chargers, and Bears. 2 or more of those teams were playoff teams, and then one of them was, an up-and-coming and a new head coach with the Chicago Bears. Either way, the home opponents are going to be very, very tricky. How about divisional games? Now, obviously, you play these 3 teams once at home and once on the road. Panthers are very much a team in flux right now. The 6th overall draft pick. Are they going to get a new quarterback? Who knows? They're obviously a home and away. The Saints, there's talks of Sean Payton leaving and going to Fox Sports to replace Troy Aikman. I saw that in the news overall this weekend. Will they keep Jameis Winston? Will they try to trade for a quarterback like Russell Wilson? Who knows what the Saints look like in 2022? And then, of course, the Bucs. You expect the Bucs to be great again. Bruce Arians returning, as he said, after the loss to the Rams. Will Brady return? I think he will. But if he doesn't, that creates a whole new dynamic in the NFC South here where you could be seeing new quarterbacks with new faces, and Atlanta being the one same face with the same quarterback with Matt Ryan. Now, your road opponents, you have 5 of them, not counting the divisional ones. Baltimore, who, of course, was up and down with the injuries to Lamar Jackson. Really bad O-line play there as well. The Bengals, obviously, very good football team there as they are in the AFC title game. The Rams, very good football team there as they're in the NFC title game. Seattle, another team where, Russell Wilson is going to be there or not, who knows. And then the Washington football team as well on the road. So it's not an easy schedule. This is a tough schedule overall. We'll see exactly when they're going to play these teams as we'll get the schedule released later on this summer. But those are your official home and away opponents that have been released for your Atlanta Falcons. Is there a game on this list that you want to see more than any other game? Which game in 2022 are you most looking forward to? Let me know who that is down below in the comment section. This is tough. Maybe Chargers, you get to see Justin Herbert play. That would be fun. Bengals and Joe Burrow. I don't know. There are a couple good games here on the schedule. Some hard ones, though. Give me your thoughts down below right now. All right, ultimate day on Atlanta Falcons news and rumor video. Make sure you guys are subscribed as well. We're doing a mailbag video later on this weekend for all of our subscribers. So if you are subscribed, you can ask a question down below right now using the hashtag Falcons in the comment section. Ask any related question that you want, and we'll, of course, try and pull as many as we can for a later video. Again, ultimate day on a Monday here. Thomas Mott signing off the rest of your day.